All right, guys, so we're about to talk about the components, some of the tools that we need for this job. So number one, this is probably the most important tool you have. The most important component here is your proportioning valve. This one is a PV4. They came in like multiple kinds. Like the PV2, there's a PV4, there's like a disc to drum, drum to drum. But from the research I've been doing, I don't think it really matters. I guess we're gonna see. And so then next thing, we're gonna go to our brake line. I'm not sure if this is enough brake line, but we'll see. Got this from Amazon. I'll post everything here in the description. But it's 25 feet, doesn't look like 25 feet, but 25 feet of 316 brake line with assortment of fittings. And then we have our brake line flaring toolkit. And then we have the brake line, the tube bending tool, nonetheless. Currently right now, we're just missing the bracket that I got made along with the brake booster. I'm gonna go and pick that up here shortly. Hopefully it's ready. And then we're gonna start doing everything. The original, like the professional kit, I'll call it that they sell, and I'll post that up too, is like $700. And I'm doing this for maybe 300, if that, not sure. Oh, I missed this too. So also right here, this is our brake line brackets. So we can secure this to the frame. Just missing self tappers. I also added in some screws for this when I mount this to the frame. So, yep, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Out here, looking at the brake master cylinder brake booster for the brake conversion. It's a Super Duty Ford, of course. And then we're just taking off all the take off the brake lines. Then what else are we doing on here? Brake lines, sensors. We just cut it because we won't need, like I said before. And then if we look down here, this shit. Oh man, this is like easy. Look at that. Y'all have space. So I'm gonna take this off. Got it out. Really easy process. Hope it's the right one I need. This one's in pretty decent shape. Just kind of dirty. I don't think there's any leaks. I hope there's not any leaks. I'm gonna go buy this thing, check out, and I'm gonna come back to you guys. We're going to take off the brakes, or the brake pedal that attaches to the master cylinder up there. And just so we can get some adjustments and some measurements so that we can modernize these brakes. It's going to be a cotter pin removal. All right, so there's a cotter pin that looks something like this one, just in a more kind of tighter spot, as you can see right there. Now we're going to take this apart. So this is a 20 mil. Maybe it's not, but 20 worked. But just loosen this up for the master cylinder. Now we're gonna get these 3 bolts off, and then we're gonna pull this whole thing out. Have the cylinder removed. I don't know what this brake line is right there, but you can follow it down. You see it goes down there. Going underneath the truck. Someone gotta jack it up. So we're gonna remove this right here. But if you look right here, so we have this is, I guess, a junction box maybe. So this goes to our rear brakes, and then our front brakes. So essentially, we're probably gonna remove this. I have to see if this switch still works. Runs to the front, and then you have your front left, maybe front right, however you got the truck, and then there's a line can't see it, but it runs kind of, let's see. That looks disgusting, my bad, y'all. But yeah, it runs right there, all the way across to this side. Focus, and then to that wheel. So this leads me to believe that the easiest way to do this is to take this off and then place the proportion valve in this area so we can get both front and back brakes at the same time, and hopefully we can save some brake line. So I'm going to spray all this stuff down with some PP Blaster, let it sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna come back to take everything off. While that's gonna dry, we are about to take off this vacuum hose or line, hard line, that goes down to the vacuum booster. Because you can see it connected to the engine filter. So we're gonna take this hard line off and start taking that off. All right, underneath you can see we are taking off this hose right here, hard line. Runs to this one, and then that line runs all the way right here. I see this line too. I guess we're gonna find out because I'm not sure right now. Start taking shit off. All I know is this has to come off. So, yep. And then we will give you guys one of these. So we got that off. Couple of things. I used a 13.5 inch. I'm sure it's probably a different socket size for that, but it worked. Hardest part, honestly, I think, I'll show you guys. All right, so these are the lines that I took out. Given that this truck is 60 years old, this line broke pretty easy, which ended up helping me out. But those are off. Now only thing is gonna be, I'm gonna take these off later on, as we're gonna have a vacuum leak there. So we need to cap that off. Right now we have, I'm gonna pull these lines. Then after that, I'm gonna take you guys through the setup, because I have the other part, the brake booster. Here it is. I'll have to modify this in right here, but essentially this is kind of the rigged up setup. So that was short-lived. So it seems that our bracket is too wide and it is touching right there. So we are essentially gonna have to do some cutting. That's okay, because we had to go back and do some cutting anyway. So I'm gonna go back to the house, make some modifications to this and to the brake booster itself, and then we'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. I just learned a valuable lesson. Keep your tools where you know where they're at. I just spent 3 hours cutting this out, broke my Dremel, had to rig up something else to cut it with, use a handsaw. But if you look here, I don't know if you can tell, but now all the holes line up. So I'm gonna get this on. The bracket gets the job done. You gotta see how far out we're trying to go, or not how far out, but as far as the brake lines, how far out we need to measure brake lines. This thing takes up like the engine bay. It's pretty funny. All right, guys, next day, kind of got an early start. We got the brake booster mounted, along with we modified, which you can see it right there, we modified the rod, put the bolts in. Thought it would be smart to use some Loctite, some blue stuff for now. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna start routing. Actually, we're gonna fix the pedal, get the adjustment, and then we're gonna start routing our brake lines and go from there. I had to make a stop at the house and cut this rod here. This is the original one, as you can see. And then of course it has this piece right here that goes into the brake booster or the master cylinder. In this instance, this one's gonna thread into our brake booster, gonna add these locking nuts, or not locking nuts, but nuts in general. And so once I do that, I'll show you what it looks like. We got it all in there. We still have to do some final adjustments to it. Those bolts are going to line up, one on the bracket for the brake pedal and one towards the coupler, clevis, whatever you want to call it. Probably going to weld those up eventually to keep it more secure. Now's the fun part. So now we're about to start routing our brake line, seeing what works the best way. For the combination valve, I guess it's not called a proportion valve. I guess it's more a combination valve. It's proportions inside. Yeah. Leaving Napa right now, and this is what we have to go with. So we have a 1/4 inch line for the rear, and a 1/4 inch for the front, and a 3/16, which I'm going to change those for the master cylinder. Hopefully this thing works. We'll find out. I think we have a plan. And it's going to consist of, so we're going to take our combination valve. This is our rear brake, and this will be our front. We're going to cap off that one. And essentially, we're going to remove this junction box here. And then we're going to, of course, rebend this one to go into the brake line. And then this one right here, hopefully we might just have to cut it and then put on a different end flare nut, I guess, and I'm gonna go from there. I'm gonna grab all the tools and get everything ready to start. I'm only hoping right now that I do this right, because I've never done this part before. So we have our line. Of course it's not ran, just getting our lengths down. The issue is I only have just this one roll. And so what I'm thinking about is it's gonna run straight down there, kind of keep it close to the frame, away from the motor as much as possible. And it's gonna run, I wanna shoot it this way, like around the brake booster, into the brake booster. We'll see how it goes. Trying not to cut too much. Or, just thought about this, or we wrap it around the brake booster coming down, and then we'll do like a S-turn down there. I don't know. For sure, it's gonna need some brackets to keep this brake hose secure. So I'm gonna figure that part out once we have it all done. I imagine I can probably just take a bracket from here to there and secure both brake lines. This is where we're at right now. We have our, I mean, the camera looks pretty legit. I don't feel that way just yet though. But so we did 2 90s, 90 here, 90 gonna be here. Once I see how to adjust that, I'm gonna cut this one real fast. Put the double flare on it. Looks like we are looking pretty good. Everything's connected. We're gonna go through, we're gonna tighten everything up, double check our work, and that's it. But once again, hey, I'll catch you guys on the next one.